It is the RIOT podcast. We're in it now, guys. I'm tired.
Obi's into his first full week back from, broadcasting at home for so long. So, yeah, you're going to start feeling it.
I'm still not. I feel like this is probably the last plunge.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those things where Sunday night, couldn't sleep. Monday night, couldn't stay awake. Last night, couldn't sleep.
So you're back to, you're tired now.
Yeah, I think at some point, it just evens out. I sleep at night. I'm tired all day.
Do you
anyway.
still feel like you have the extreme tiredness from COVID, though, that you had during it, or is that somewhat better?
I feel like that has mostly subsided. I dealt with some of that on Saturday, and I know everybody always makes fun of COVID fatigue. They're like, I'm tired all the time. This is totally different. It just has this feeling that is very unique, and Saturday I had that. I was doing some stuff, and all of a sudden I was like,
Too much.
Gosh, I can't.
Too
I
tired.
cannot.
But now you're just normal tired.
Yeah, no, this week I feel like I've been okay. I've been busy almost all day, every day, and I have taken a nap every day. But I don't know. I was doing that pre-COVID, I think.
That's just an Obi thing.
Yeah, no, I
and
started.
that's perfectly fine.
Well, the reason, you know what? I used to feel bad about taking naps until I met a morning show host. He was one of the, he's literally one of the top morning show hosts in the United States. And I talked to him for a while, and he takes a nap every day. And I was
a long one, too.
Yeah, I know. When he said that, I was just like, yeah, okay. What makes you so special? I could take a nap, too.
We get up so early, you might as well. You got to take a nap.
So I take a little nap when I can.
Well, here's a new podcast for today.
We talk Mariah Carey, Elf, gingerbread houses, covered in pepperoni.
I actually am really into that. I might do that.
Wonder Woman 4K, free coffee, GameStop, a tent for your cat. Why did I write? I wrote in here, Obadiah is trying Resident Evil 7. That's not it.
You were trying Luna, which is Amazon's gaming streaming service. Luna's available.
But Resident Evil 7 is on Luna. I wasn't playing it. It's fine.
You saw it, though, and it just made its way into the title.
Sometimes you just type stuff. So, hey, you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Thanks to everybody who got in on Giving Tuesday yesterday.
Yep.
We really do appreciate
the support.
you.
Anytime we do any sort of fundraiser for RadioU, which is where we're at, we're the RIOT on RadioU. It really is truly so special to see so many podcast listeners give and help support too. So we always want to make sure to thank you guys specifically.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
have a great day today.
Bye.
The RIOT isn't all bad, but this is the worst of the RIOT. RadioU.
We're finally opening this up. I feel so bad. He sent it late last week, but with Giving Tuesday and everything, and I think we even forgot on Monday.
Totally forgot on Monday.
But we are remembering.
Let's own that.
Yeah, we're remembering today, but I didn't get his name. I just got his user info. But he tweeted at us that he sent us something for Thanksgiving.
He sent us Squishables. And they are micro plague doctors. Oh.
I see them. Plague doctors are kind of all the rage all over TikTok.
Well, you know why?
Because
there's a plague.
That would be why.
And I have it.
And Obi had been recovering from COVID, so I think that's why. They're really cute. As cute as a plague doctor squishy thing could be.
Well, Nikki, when you're a plague doctor, the only way that you can make yourself cute is to, shrink yourself down.
Make yourself squishable. So it's a keychain, I think.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to use this as a keychain.
You want to put it on your bag? Just flopping around?
Okay. Maybe I could put it on my bag. Like that I could do, but I couldn't actually put it on my keys.
You sure?
Yeah. Actually, you know what? The bag idea is solid.
The bag would work really well. Yeah, but no, on your keychains, it's just too big.
What do you think? Would put it on the... nope, that's not going to work.
I'd put it on the side. Do you see you have two side things? Zippers, that's what I was looking for. But if you just add it to the zipper on one of them.
Yeah, or what about this mesh bag?
You could do that. You want to put him in there? Looks like he's trapped in there.
Oh, I like that. He can't get out.
It's a statement, but yet there's something going on with it.
Yeah, okay. So that's a start.
That looks good.
It's funny. In the division, I've got a little, you get a little ornament that you can hang on your backpack that swings around. You earn different ornaments. Same thing.
Just exactly like that.
I survived COVID ornament.
You get the plague doctor guy.
And I get the achievement.
Well, thank you to whoever sent that in. I didn't see a note in the packaging if there was one.
All right, cool. Thanks for sending it. It's on my bag now. I don't know how long it's going to last there. But
Are you going to take the tag off, or are we leaving the tag on?
We'll take the tag off.
Okay, I didn't know, because if we don't do it right away, the plague doctor will have the tag forever.
I understand what you're saying. I do. I have a tendency to forget things.
We've got an archive of everything stupid the Riot has ever said at your fingertips. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki.
Yes.
I don't know if I just want to. Do I want to be honest with people about
just
what I've been doing?
Jump out there. Yeah, just jump out there.
I've been having a hard time sleeping, and a lot of it just has to do with the fact that, HBO Max is still running 1080p.
Has that been keeping you up at night?
I just lay there at night and I just think about, how is it that they're able to charge a premium price without delivering a premium product? How do they do that? How do they get away with that?
You're tossing and turning.
And I get it. They're at it. They got a lot of content you can't get anywhere else, blah, 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 whatever. $15 a month for 1080p. What is this? The dark ages? Well, it looks like someone has come to shine the light of justice. And it honestly, the reason I may have been up and constantly thinking about it is I may have been caught in the grasp of the lasso of truth, Nikki.
And this is what's bringing this out.
Yeah, it is. And I'm referring to Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah.
They made the announcement that it's coming to HBO Max on Christmas Day.
They couldn't just push it any further. I mean, it's been pushed over and over and over and over again.
So it's going to be in theaters, but also on HBO Max. And director Patty Jenkins said you should try to see this on the biggest, best screen possible.
Oh, everybody's going to say that. But it's only going to be on HBO Max for a month.
Yes.
And then it is going to still stay in theaters and then go out and roll out like a normal movie.
Well, they said that this is going to be their first item that will be in 4K.
I guess I just didn't even realize we kept HBO Max for a bit. I don't know. I think you still have it, but
I still have it.
I didn't even know it wasn't even offering stuff in that quality.
There are a couple of things on HBO Max that I am slowly making my way through, which is what they want. They don't want me to hurry up.
They want you month to month to month to month.
They want to string me along, so I'll take my good, sweet time.
They want you to take 32 days on something.
That's exactly right.
And so that way you're into a new month.
That is exactly right. So, yeah, it's going to be the first thing. It'll be 4K, HDR. It'll have Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, which if you care about that stuff, it really does matter.
Does that make it more of a streaming service that you do want to keep onto?
Well, it depends. That's going to be the only thing available in 4K HDR. And that just makes you want to grab them and be like, see, you can do it.
It's not like they're ushering in everything else at that time. Or making other stuff. What would it be, retroactive?
This shows me that if you want to do it, you can do it. Okay?
They're being cheap.
So why don't you get out there and get it done? Let's do it, guys.
Well, you just say that to them, or that sounds like an excellent Facebook post if I ever heard one.
Yeah, but I'll just tell you, the head of Warner Media unfollowed me a couple weeks ago, and it's like, fine.
Well, he got tired of hearing what you were saying.
Yeah, I know.
Even though it's important to say it.
Nikki, it was a truth bomb day after day, and he was just like, I can't handle it. The bomb shelter is breaking.
The guilt that the person was experiencing.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to watch the new Wonder Woman on Christmas, then that'll be in 4K, and that's their first one for HBO Max.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
The Mcrib is back. And that is the sound of cardiologists across our nation breathing a sigh of relief because their Christmas bonuses are now secure.
Well, the Mcrib, the different thing with, I think this year it's been a while, but it's the first time in a while that it's been nationwide. Because sometimes it would just go to certain locations, but
certain warehouses have extra meat.
Yeah, it's supposed to be everywhere.
It is. It's, in fact, it launches today.
Today's the official, but it's been out, I think, for a few days, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, it just depends. So here's what we have. The Mcrib is back, and McDonald's wants to give you a free one that you have to pay for. How does that work? They want you to, no American currency, please. But they want you to shave your Novembeard for a free Mcrib. So here's what you got to do. You've got to post a picture. Do you have to do a before and after picture?
You have to do post a photo of your clean shaven face on social media with the hashtag Shave for Mcrib sweepstakes and tag at McDonald's. And you can't post it on your stories. It has to be on an actual, bigger form of social media. Then that's how you could possibly win. They'll choose from that. They're doing the first 10,000 people who post a photo, so it could already be.
Yeah, I mean, it could be up
Could already
already.
be past 10,000 at this point, but that's the amount of people that'll win.
You know what? I think let's post my face and see if we can get one.
But you didn't, for a lot of people, you're
doesn't
not.
Matter.
It doesn't matter. It's the clean-shaven face.
Yeah, it's a clean and just to be clear, I shaved
You're
today.
clean shaven.
I shaved today.
So what you get is, if you're one of the 10,000 people, you'll get a McRib delivered for a $15 credit from Uber Eats. So you're not actually going to get it any other way. You have to have it delivered.
They also say you don't have to get the McRib. If you want, you can get anything of a price equivalent. So let me tell you what I'm going to be getting. McNuggets.
You're going to get something else. And you also don't need to have the whole facial hair thing, because technically for a sweepstakes, there needs to be alternate ways to enter. If you're not
means of entry.
Someone who can grow a beard. They're just saying, though, that the bearded thing came from the fact that they're saying that facial hair and a McRib just don't mix.
Sure.
And so they kind of went with it on that way. If you don't have a beard, you're not clean shaven, you can post a photo of your face post-shave or after a facial mask. The skincare, so if you put a mask on after it, then anyone can post along those lines.
What?
You need to turn the lights on. You need to make it.
Pictures of me I'm deranged.
Well, it's early. Do you want the light? You'll probably need better lighting. Lighting makes all the difference.
I actually think the lighting is fine. The problem is I just don't like my face.
So the entry period started, I think, yesterday or on Monday, and it ends today at midnight.
All right.
At noon today.
Here we go. I'm just going to type this in. I'm even going to quote myself. The problem is I just don't like my face.
So you need to at McDonald's, and you need to use the hashtag.
At McDonald's. Okay, and then the hashtag is?
The hashtag was shave for the number 4 McRib sweepstakes, and that's it.
I'm going to make sure I see this in print just so I don't mess it up.
It'll probably pop up since it's a hashtag. If you just start it with shave for McRib, it'll pull up.
So do you think, should I put this on Instagram or should I put it on Twitter?
I think you should put it on Twitter.
Because
Don't give them Instagram. Don't you do it.
Don't do it. Okay.
Just give them Twitter. We don't mind giving that one out.
Nikki's like, Twitter, it's nothing.
It means nothing to me.
Okay. All right. I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it.
We'll see if you get one.
People win awards for being the best at things. Are there awards for the worst? Because we have a contender. Worst of the Riot Podcast.
I just assume that if you're listening to the Riot, you're probably some kind of degenerate. Obviously, you have bad taste.
No.
Or something. You're certainly not educated.
Well, we are shocked when you're like, I'm a doctor or I'm a lawyer. You're like, wow, okay.
Like, why are you listening to us?
It's so impressive.
Can you be listening to NPR or like a doctor podcast or something? It's like, no, I'm listening to you guys because I want to remember why I became a doctor.
Ouch. Maybe they need the opposite of what, you end up liking the opposite of what people think you would.
I'm a psychologist and I need to hear psychosis playing out in real time.
Well, if we help you understand everybody else, then that's fine.
It's fine. It's totally fine. But if you are one of them smart peoples like doctors, nurses, a public health worker, a pharmacist, a dispatcher, and that's not a newspaper person, firefighter, paramedic, police officer, or a dentist or a dental hygienist.
That works too.
You can actually go to Starbucks and get free coffee.
So they're saying frontline healthcare providers and first responders, hospital staff, so that's security, housekeeping, janitors, and if you're mental health workers, therapists, psychologists, social workers, or counselors, then you are a part of this.
So everybody that I or Nikki mentioned, if you're in that, you are able. Oh, also active duty military.
Oh, that's good.
You can stroll in and they will give you every day between now and December 31st, you can have a free tall brewed coffee, which would be as tall as that 10 ounces, 12 ounces? It's 12.
Sure, it's a hotter ice, but so you don't get any of the fancy drinks?
No, just coffee.
Aww.
Nikki, these are real people.
I know they don't need. They're
don't
fueled
need
by
that.
this type of coffee.
They've moved past all that foo-foo nonsense.
So you don't get any other fun stuff. There's nothing that comes with whipped cream.
They're in there like, hey, would you guys mind if we just eat the grounds? Just give me a spoon.
So it's the same thing that they did back in April, and they want to reignite the movement and, make fun of Starbucks all you want. Some people hate, some people love them. But what they want to do is reignite the movement of gratitude and to show those on the front line how much they are appreciated, which I think is super good.
Hey, I think that anytime somebody wants to do something nice for frontline workers, I suppose I probably have a couple of asterisks, but I think that's cool that they're doing that.
So how do you prove then? Because I know people, do you have to show a badge or a thing, or what do you do? You just say that you are?
I imagine in this article, it doesn't say how you prove. I imagine that if you have a badge or your military ID or something like that, you can probably show it and say, hey, or maybe you could just show up in scrubs. I don't know. Maybe that would work, but my guess is...
You just know how there's people that try to ruin and lie and scheme. No, not us. We're not doing that, but they would just get a pair of scrubs just to do this.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Well, good luck. Honestly, if you're desperate enough for free coffee that you're buying scrubs...
Some people just like to cheat this thing. That could be it. Let's not do that. But if you are a part of the qualifying list of people, obviously, thank you for your work, and you get the free cup of coffee.
Okay. And I have coffee here, but it wasn't free. I'm going to enjoy it anyway, though. And hey, real talk, you frontline peeps, thanks for your hard work. Man, I'll tell you what, you think to yourself firefighters, no big deal. Then your house is on fire and you're like, actually, yeah, they are kind of a big deal.
Giving every novelty food the publicity it so blatantly desires. It's The Riot on Radio U.
Okay, Nikki, where are you at on your Christmas list these days?
My Christmas list?
Because you realize, what day is today?
What do you mean? Today's Wednesday?
So Christmas is 3 weeks from Friday.
Yes, it's coming soon.
Yeah. So have you...
I had wanted to be done by Thanksgiving. We had a little pause in the plan. But
you're talking about buying for people.
Yeah, my Christmas... Oh, you mean my Christmas list?
I was talking about what people going to get me, but
no,
go ahead.
I was talking about what gifts I will get for people, but I did a lot of the shopping yesterday and on Monday, and so most of them come by the end of this week, so hopefully I can wrap it up soon.
Okay, so thank you for giving. Now let's talk about getting.
Yeah.
Have you got a little list going? Or?
No, not yet. I don't. I have a couple of items I think I would probably like, but I think I've already got my Christmas gifts that maybe Eric would give me.
What are they?
Well, I got the AirPod Pro, so that counts. That's a Christmas gift.
Does he love you? Is that all?
Is that it? Well, I think that's plenty. Don't you think that's a generous gift?
Actually, it seems nice.
It does. So I don't know about anything else. He'll have to think about that.
Well, I had family members asking me hey, where's the thing? And so I was looking and I was like, man.
You have your Amazon list?
Yeah, I got it pulled up right here. So I
think it's still shared with me, so I see it in my line of lists.
Oh, crap. Do you get every time I update it, do you get a little notification?
I do not. It just shows me that it's there, just in case, but it never gives me notifications.
Okay, let's see. I put the Lord of the Rings 4K Blu-rays on there.
Oh, I forgot those are coming out.
I don't expect anybody to get them. They're $90. But I'm like, hey, whatever. There it is.
It's also just a way for you to remember what you might want to get if people give you enough gift cards.
Yeah, Blade in 4K. I'm a little ashamed of that one.
Why? Is that an old one or the newer one?
The 1998?
I'm surprised you don't have it already.
No, I don't. I also, let's see, we got some Puma socks. I found this brand.
You're not getting those at Costco?
No, that I put them as a mark, you could really get these at Costco.
Okay, gotcha.
I put some underwear on there, and I know they're a little expensive, but I finally found a pair that makes me feel comfortable and confident. And so
So it's on the list.
So it just seems like, hey, if you want to help me be my best in the new year, let's start with a foundation.
Well, what did you always get growing up when your parents would get, you get your stocking and stuff? It'd always have, essential items that you might need, but you might not think are a gift.
So also The Making of Aliens by J.W. Rensler. very interested in that. I got the making of Alien last year. What a wonderful gift it was. Just so enjoyed it.
Your list has a style to it.
Pour Over Coffee Maker, Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales Ultimate Launch Edition, Star Blazer Space Battleship Yamato 2202 Part 2.
Oh, what a list.
The problem is I feel like outside of the socks and underwear, these items are too expensive.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, like the cheapest thing is like $25.
20 to 30, I think, is fine.
Okay.
But you need something that is branching out of the...
I don't disagree.
The 4K and the anime, that sort of realm. So I do think you need a couple other fun things. What is it going to be? I don't know.
What?
You want some candy? Can you put some
candy
soda on there?
Listen, I need new underwear because I've been getting candy.
You don't want any more. So you want some jeans or shoes or something? I guess those are probably more expensive.
Definitely don't want jeans.
Don't want jeans.
Please don't buy me jeans. Please. That'll just be, you might as well buy me a big card that so you're fat now. So
you've gained weight. I don't know what else. I don't know what else.
You know what? How about a sheet and a belt, and then a belt. I don't have I don't have to worry about. I just cut a head hole in the sheet, and then I don't have to worry about sizes anymore.
Right. And then you can dress up or dress down your sheet.
No big deal. Flannel sheet today, high cotton thread count tomorrow.
So you don't really need any coffee cups. You want to put coffee on there, or you have a lot of coffee?
Let's look at coffee mugs. That's fun.
You don't need any, but I mean, it's something to fill the space, isn't it?
I like a good novelty coffee mug.
Well, if anyone has any fun ideas from the, let's go 15 to 25 to 30 range.
Yeah.
Not a 4K Blu-ray because Obi has that covered. And not socks and underwear.
What are you saying?
What else do you think should be on the Christmas list that would be more obtainable for a lot of people?
Yeah, you know what? I'm really just about to the point where I'm just go find an angel tree. Go get something for them, instead of
not you anymore.
Yeah, I'm almost there.
Well, family still needs some guidance, family and friends.
I know.
There are some people that shouldn't have their own podcast. And by some people, we mean these people. Radio U's Worst of the Riot podcast.
This morning, Nikki and I are here, and Nikki's making houses.
Well, if I was having a Christmas party or a Christmas get-together...
It's a trap.
I don't think so. You can make it for yourself, but we've talked about charcuterie boards are like the board of meats and cheeses and olives and fruits and stuff. You know what those are.
I mean, I do, I think.
You basically just put it out
it's like a snack tray.
It is. It's a snack tray. They became very popular.
We didn't have fancy things in my house like a charcuterie house. My mom was just like, here, eat this.
It's like a cheese and cracker board, but they became very popular during the summertime and into the fall for people at home who just wanted to make it fancy for eating cheese and crackers instead of a meal. And I totally was into it. I love making them. This one, though, is making the new trend. So you got to move on from the board. Okay. You still need the board.
You got to have the board.
But you make it into a gingerbread house for Christmas time with the meats and the cheeses. It's so cute. I want to make one. That you can buy a pre-made gingerbread house and just add the layers and use cream cheese and stuff.
Okay, that makes sense. So they do the foundation and you do the accoutrement.
So you don't have to eat the gingerbread house, but you're just eating the stuff off of the pre-made house. If not, you can take a pre-made house and then add this one made. What are those called? They're not pretzel sticks, but the little thin skinny breadsticks, the cracker ones. Yep. So you just build your house that way.
The wise man built his house on the gingerbread.
It's really cute. I think it's adorable. And so they made the roof out of salamis and stuff. It's really cute.
It actually is. It's impressive.
And they made trees out of rosemary and stuff. So, and a little pathway out of slivered almonds. So if you're into stuff like that, it's a cute idea.
You know what? When I look at this, I think I don't have the time, but I do.
But we do.
I just choose not to. I just choose not to.
This could be a weekend project, Obi, okay? And then you could eat your project.
I don't want to.
I always decorate a gingerbread house, but I don't eat it at the end. This one you'll eat.
Okay. Yeah, The last time, I'm not just saying this, I mean it. The last time I decorated a gingerbread house was the band Red.
Yeah. Oh, you made one with them.
We made a gingerbread house.
Then.
It has. And we didn't eat when that was done either. And I'd rather just have a cookie.
That shows me we all have different holiday things that we do.
Sure we do.
Now, for this, if you want to make a meat and cheese gingerbread house, they are saying that is something that needs to be refrigerated, or you need to eat it fairly quickly.
Yeah, but even a gingerbread house has got to be, you got to eat that thing pretty fast. Or
I've never eaten a gingerbread house.
Never?
Like they're not made to eat.
They're not.
We just buy the pre-made thing.
Yeah, okay.
I got the Costco gingerbread house mansion.
Mansion?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's just a name.
I'm concerned.
Why? That's what they were selling this year. I just got that.
She's got her Lego figures out, playing at the gingerbread house. It's like
I like it, but they never give you enough icing. So, but
never.
yeah, you never eat those. Those just stay out. I just count that as like a decoration.
Oh, okay. Decoration that your animals will eat soon.
I have to put it up far enough away. But for this is like if you had a get together with yourself.
Which you can't.
No, just with you, a very small gathering of you and whoever's in your house. You can have the gingerbread house, but make it with meats.
With your
and cheeses.
When you say it like that, I feel like you have a problem.
Don't be embarrassed. You'll get a great picture out of it.
Come on over. Check out my meat house.
Oh, that is weird.
Where do you go when you need someone to listen to your problems and give you a big hug? Not here. Obviously. This is The Riot on Radio U.
You're probably familiar with them for the Dinosaur Hill Nature Preserve. And let's not forget, right down the street from the Stony Creek Metro Park Golf Course. I'm, of course, referring to Rochester, Michigan, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not all they have, though. They've got that thing that might be exactly what I'm looking for to get me in the Christmas spirit.
What is it?
The struggle has been real. The answer presents itself. Welcome to the elf-themed hotel room at the Royal Park Hotel.
Hey!
Would you like to spend the night in a room that was decorated by Buddy the Elf?
Now,
kind of.
I'm looking at photos of the hotel room. I am just going to say this nicely. It feels a little bit like it was an afterthought. I expected it to be more like we see theme hotels, especially like in Japan, man, they go all out.
It's intense.
It's obviously been created as a theme room. For this feels like someone did just get a static sticker for the wall, and that's about it.
It's one of those, what's that company that makes those, like stadiums? I can't remember.
And then they just made some custom Buddy the Elf signs for the Christmas tree. Otherwise, everything else looks like it would be there already.
Well, you're forgetting something very important.
Is that a blanket on the couch? It looks like a throw that they've just laid out.
It's a blanket and some pillows.
Then some pillows.
Some throws. And look at the ceiling, Nikki.
The ceiling has, I can't tell from the picture.
They're like paper cutout.
Now that's
things just like
that. Just seems like a worker who didn't have anything else to do made some paper.
Oh, Nikki, that's exactly what he did when he moved in with Walter Hobbs, and then he also did that in the Gimbals.
Yeah, I guess
place. So I mean, obviously, Buddy has been there.
The other furniture that's normally in the hotel room just doesn't seem to match and gel with the elf stuff.
It's a little stodgy.
Yeah, it seems a little old school.
Yeah.
It's not a modern design.
And the other thing about this, which I think is wonderful, I do, but have you looked at the price for one night? One night?
Oh, $500 a night? No, thank you.
It's $500 a night.
It features a king-size bed, sleeps up to 3. It's the elf-themed suite at this hotel. That is $500 a night.
Well, they say it's all for charity.
Oh, well, that's a little better. It'll help fund the Big Bright Light Show, which is in downtown Rochester.
Yes, and they
the Salvation Army as well.
Work along with the Salvation Army. So that's where it's not just a suite, Nikki. It's a chance for you to get a night away and support organizations that you love.
I don't know. They say it's been a draining year for many. They wanted to bring the inspiration of Christmas and traditions back. Their town is all about Christmas, and that's what they wanted to do.
All right. So they say it's a brand new hotel. I mean, compared to a lot, it was built in 2004. It has 143 guest rooms. And if you're looking for a banquet or ballroom, 10,000 square feet of space.
Oh, they have something. You can't invite anybody to the ballroom, but they are saying that it's really been a challenging year for hotels in the area, that there's no guests traveling, like for business or from other places. So they're trying to attract a local person who wants to come for a staycation.
Well, there you go. At $500 a night. Oh, man, I feel the Christmas spirit coming into me right now.
Call me a Scrooge, because it took it away from me right then and
Just
there
right
with
there?
that price. I was like, I don't want that. I'd rather just watch the movie at home.
Well, Nikki, then you're not the market for this.
Well,
okay, it's just not for you.
It is not for me, but it is there. And I'm sure if you look around your areas, maybe there's other hotels doing themed things too to kind of try to bring people in.
So just call a hotel and just be like, hey, can you make me an elf room?
Then I'll spend. I don't want to spend $500. I want a $150 elf room.
They're going to hang up on you.
No, then you're not asking the right way. And it's also sad too, because if it's staycation, but I think most hotels, like the pools still aren't open. So what else are you going to do?
You can go on down to the pool.
You can't go in the pool.
You have to, you can't, obviously not, but you're welcome to sit by it if you want.
Is there a restaurant to eat in?
Well, takeout only, and you eat in your room.
That's home.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
It is the time of year that everywhere I turn around, there's Mariah Carey. And I'm not just saying that. Like, everywhere I go, the gas station,
playing the song, the All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Not just that. It's cardboard cutouts. It's ads on my Apple TV. It's ads when I'm scrolling. It's just everywhere Mariah Carey. And I'm just like, it's fine.
This is the season where she needs to
capitalize
on that. That is what she's most well known for.
She used to be a person, and now she's just turned herself into a Christmas icon. So it's selling Mariah Carey season.
Yeah, and you don't want to see it this season.
It's not that I wish her no ill will. I just tire of it. What I need is to get into that Buddy the Elf hotel, get my Christmas spirit back, and then I would be so ready for Mariah Carey.
Okay, what else is she going to do?
Well, Nikki, she just launched Mariah's Cookies.
What's that? Is that like an actual cookie line?
No, it's this thing that sits inside your web browsers folder. And
I don't think it is that.
Sorry.
Delete them.
Don't accept them.
Don't want those cookies.
Mariah's Cookies are going to be available for order starting this Friday.
Oh, I'm going to Google search it.
Now, they're only available. You've got 30 markets around the United States. So if you're like,
it's a cookie delivery service.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only way that you can get them. And they can only be delivered by, they'll be available through Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates.
So starting this Friday, you can order from a menu that includes gingerbread, white chocolate cranberry, pumpkin cookies, chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal raisin, and more.
There you go.
So it's a virtual brand, meaning, So meaning that local restaurants and ghost kitchens can license Mariah's cookies.
Right.
And then deliver them through their version.
Yeah. So you'll be able to get Ghost Mariah cookies for Christmas.
Great. Did they say how many or what are the cities?
You know what? I don't have a list of the cities. So you'll have to do a little digging if you love Mariah as much as we all do.
I went to we have a new open almost all the time cookie place in our area, and then they'll deliver it for nothing.
Really?
It's okay though. You think it's going to be this magical place, but when you get there, it's just cookies. It's cookies. And when you get in a place that only has cookies, that's when your mind's like, well, do you have anything else? Is there something else I can get? If a cheesecake or a brownie or something, that's when it does something weird to you.
Here's what I love. Robert Earl is her co-founder for these Mariah's cookies, and he's teamed up with her. And I love so much this statement. I can't think of a better way to celebrate with friends and family than with a box of Mariah's cookies. And on December 4th, I plan to watch Mariah Carey's Magical Christmas Special on Apple TV with a box of assorted cookies.
There it is. See, I don't think people connect how our real life is. I think they don't understand. It's going to be in 30 major cities. So LA, New York, Boston, San Francisco, Chicago, Vegas, Houston, St. Paul, Dallas, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, and more.
Well, Nikki, we're going to have to go to another city so that we're able to get our Mariah's cookies. I'll bring my Apple TV. I still have my 1 year of Apple TV Plus for
we
free.
can watch the special?
And you and I can settle down into a nice hotel somewhere in the area, get the cookies delivered, and stay in the elf room.
After the year we've had, I don't need a box of cookies right now, all right? I do not need that.
That's fair.
And I don't know if they're selling something smaller than a box, but we can't handle that.
Also true. Like, I can't handle that responsibility.
I can't. We'll eat them all.
The Riot is well-versed on many different topics.
They're shy at first, but they're quite skilled at conversation.
This is The Riot on Radio U.
So earlier this morning, I did my No Shave November pick, which was actually me having shaved with the hopes that I could snag for myself a McRib.
I think it's probably past the 10,000 people at this point, but McDonald's is celebrating the McRib release, which is officially today, but they were doing that if you posted a pic with adding them and using a special hashtag. They were giving away 10,000 Uber Eats gift cards, so then you could have a McRib or whatever you wanted for like $15 delivered if you won.
Well, I'm taking a look now, Nikki, and just scrolling through the hashtag, and it looks like there are, there's been a lot of people that have responded so far. But who knows? Maybe I'll get it.
Maybe you could still win. I don't think it's like 10,000 maybe in order, but they're picking from that.
Yeah, there are a lot of girls getting in.
Yeah, you can post a pic even if you don't have a beard, but then you can use it after a face mask sort of thing. That was the way around that.
All right. Well, I took my picture, and as we said, there's a problem with my face, but it's there.
What do you mean the problem with your face?
Well, it's just that it's my face.
No.
It's fine. Like, hoping for a McRib, fingers crossed, and if they do give me the gift card, I'm not getting the McRib.
So when I saw the McRib trending on like Sunday and Monday, like I knew this, but I think this is enough to stop me. I've never tried one before, but they were saying how it's like stomach parts and like the leftover stuff. It's not.
It's everything they serve at McDonald's. It's like when they get done making actual food, they go through with a push broom for all the stuff that's fallen on the floor.
That didn't make it into the McNuggets.
Then they put it all together, and then they grind it down, and then they put it in some kind of like a press, and they put it in the shape of ribs. And then they like dip it in barbecue, cover it in onions, and sell it to you.
I don't know if like, is it really, really true? Because people said it was true, but you can say anything online. But they were saying like it's tripe as well, which is like the first or second stomach part of a cow. And I don't want to eat that.
Well, why not? It's just
I thought we should go try it, but then when I saw that, I don't want to anymore.
Nikki, you used the whole buffalo.
That's what other people online were saying. Like, why would you think it's wrong to use the whole cow? But you got to disclose that, don't you?
So you want to call it the McTripe?
Something. You got to be a little bit more honest about what all's in there if it's just all the other parts. I don't want to eat that.
So like when you grab, frozen something, it's like blah, 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 and fillers.
Yes. And I don't want it at the bottom of the ad that they have on the sign that you can't read. I want it to be a part of the commercials and the advertising.
Nikki, you don't want McDonald's to start disclosing.
I don't want any place doing that. I'm sure there's stuff we never even thought of that's in there. And then Andy just texted, said, I eat a lot of questionable food. The McRib is not worth it. It's not good at all. But then there's other people that adore it. So I don't know.
I know people that are right now, they're eating one now. They've been eating one.
You're freezing them?
Like ever since, like when they relaunched yesterday or whatever.
You've been there?
They're just living in that world.
Maybe it's the barbecue sauce that you like the most. You dump enough sugar in that, I'm sure you just get addicted to it.
I'll tell you what, if you told me right now, you could dip almost anything.
In a barbecue sauce?
No, in the McDonald's sweet and sour sauce.
Mm-hmm. What about if they dipped the second stomach?
In that?
Would you just be okay eating it?
Is it on a sandwich?
Well, yeah, it's still in the bun.
Okay.
I can't. You just shouldn't go online and learn anything anymore.
Don't tell me anymore. Like, I don't know any more about it. Just give me that second stomach sweet and sour.
Well, I didn't know if you were still up for trying it, or is that enough to stop?
It's all 4 S's, Nikki. The second stomach, sweet and sour.
If that was enough to stop you, or were you even going to try it to begin with? Have you ever tried the Mcrib sandwich?
No, I don't want the onions. I'd have to get it without onions. I mean, okay, this is what's even worse. My college cafeteria, they used to serve McRibs.
Yeah, the other versions.
Can you imagine, like, if the McDonald's McRib is like the bottom of the barrel, the college cafeteria McRib is like when the McRibs are done.
No, it was.
Then they're taking the leftovers.
It was made from the barrel.
It is the barrel.
It is the barrel. I actually feel better if it was the barrel.
The juice is soaked into the wood, and it's fine.
The MDF stuff or whatever. It's like the sawdust. I don't think I can.
High fiber.
Yeah.
The Riot has now been downloaded. I hope you installed some antivirus. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
Man.
I told him, I was like, are you ready? And it didn't seem like you were, so I wasn't sure.
I was, and I was waiting for the...
Got that ending.
It's fine. It's fine. I tell you guys, Nikki is hilarious, and you need to spend time with her, because Nikki's best stuff is her offhand stuff when we're not on the air. I think it's your best stuff. It's so good. We're sitting here, and it's quiet, and then she just goes, look, I just want all the meat to come from one animal, okay?
Is that so wrong? Because I know that every place basically you go to, you're not having a hamburger from like 50 people got hamburgers from one cow. It's like 50 cows all got ground up together.
Into one hamburger.
Plus like all the other mystery things and what fell out of pockets. Like it all just got put in together. And I wish we could eat and know, like, this is from just this. Like, that's all that was. But that's not how food is created, and I was just disappointed about that.
That's like that Portlandia sketch. Have you ever seen that one where
they go out to the farm?
To the restaurant and, like, they have a whole, like, portfolio prepared for them on the chicken that they're about to eat?
But
then they want to go see where it lived and who its friends were.
But then if it was just from one thing, I think I would be more upset about it, because then I'm more sensitive if I knew, like, hey, this was from... This is from Becky the chicken. Yeah.
Now, Becky was excellent friends with Sarah and Lisa chicken.
But Becky was an older chicken.
And she was older, but she was healthy. And we've never gave her an antibiotic. Now, she had a sinus infection in 19. It was summer of 19. But she managed to push through that. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. Enjoy her breasts.
I just wish...
Roasted to delicious, and then sliced, breaded, and deep fried.
That's what I kind of wish we thought food was from places and restaurants. And I know it's not. I just think that's disappointing. Because it's when you open it up to all the things... That's when you're getting like, here's the stomach, and you thought you were having this chicken, but it's not.
You know, Nikki, by putting 50 cows into one burger instead of one cow into 50, that's how they're actually able to maintain a certain amount of uniformity.
Well, it's why when you go to, any fast food place, you're like, gosh, it always tastes the same.
Yep.
And that's also why I realize a hamburger's like 20% of the meat, and then they have like filler stuff, which is also questionable too.
Yeah. What if, oh my gosh, okay. You know how they're telling us like, oh yeah, we grind them all together and all this stuff. What if there's a massive underground facility where there's this prehistoric cow that they keep cloning, and it's like 500 feet tall.
Yeah.
And they've just been slowly cutting off pieces of that cow and sending it out to restaurants.
What's the word when it's that spit and it's the meat and then you shave it off?
Donner?
Yeah, well, that's like the German word, but then like if you go for tacos and stuff, they take it off of it.
Sure.
But Carrie was texting like, oh, you just go to a butcher shop. But I want it to be like made for me, so I don't have to make it at home. But I just tired of the mystery.
Nikki.
I'm tired of the mystery.
I'm tired of the mystery. You know what, Nikki? You need to accept that as an adult, there are very few surprises left. And so how exciting that when you go to McDonald's, you have no idea where the food came from. They have prepared one of the few remaining surprises left for you beyond college graduation.
But it's so good. And then you're like, I'll just take another Big Mac. And it's just not good. But I also don't want to make anything at home, so I don't know what to do.
It's like, I'm telling you, it's Christmas in a bag every time. You don't know what's in there.
It's the mystery
You don't know where
meat.
it came from. You're unwrapping it. But the one thing you know just like Christmas, is you're going to be really excited when you get it.
Sam just texted, said, I grew up on a farm, and it wasn't uncommon while eating dinner to discuss which cow we were eating and what its name was. I can't go that far. I can't do that.
But if you had been raised in that environment, you'd just be fine. Used to it.
I've looked at, I want to get like half a cow, and then you just have it in your freezer. Cut up and everything. But
you've changed a lot.
Plus, Eric is pushing that. He's got a smoker, so he's really the driving force behind that.
Are you Eric's smoker?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
I just don't want all
Are you his little smoker?
I hope that's not my nickname. I hope not. Let's never say that again.
The Riot Radio U.
Nikki, it sounds like there's a lot of people on board for you just buying a cow.
A lot of text messages. I don't want to just like buy a cow. I think we have to say it the right way. You have a cow like processed or whatever, and then you're buying like a half a cow, and then they deliver the meat to you.
Mike says you buy a cow from a farm, shoot it, and take it to a butcher.
That's not, that I actually can't do that. I can't. I cannot do that. But I was saying the ones that I looked at, they all just work with local butchers, and then you don't even see that process. So then they're all wrapped up.
Can you see it if you want to?
No, but like
I see Eric down there, just like, yep, looking good.
Oh, I could never have him go shoot a cow. How could you do that?
I mean, I know how he.
No, he can't. He can't tell me then. That would be so. Even he can't do that. That's something. No, he can't. He can't do that.
I mean, he can't for you, but I feel like that's well in Eric's wheelhouse. If it's the end of the world
and we're at that point, then sure, I bet he could. But I don't think he could do that just with how things are now.
Melinda says she bought a quarter cow this year.
Mm-hmm. I just had to know if I have freezer space because I got corn dogs and a few other things we stocked up on for quarantine times. I just want to make sure we're okay.
Dude, listen to Luke here. He says, my parents have a beef farm. If you buy beef from them, the packages have the cow's number printed on them.
Well, they do? Well, that's better than a name.
No stomachs included. And he says it can be strangely cathartic eating a cow that used to kick you while you were milking them.
Well, we'll let you work through that.
No, man, right?
Does anybody want to go like halvesies if I get half a cow? I don't want a full cow. I could never store that much.
You could. You just need another freezer.
You don't realize.
You guys have a lot of space.
I looked at YouTube. I watched videos of this, and they show you like here's a whole freezer full of it. I don't have enough space. I could never store that much. I don't even
know what to get out. It's all like it's all like
they mark it all.
Do they? So you're like, this is for burgers.
But then I know what's going to happen. I'll have all this stuff, and then I'll be like, yeah, let's order pizza. Because that's what you do. You have all this food and you don't eat it.
Honestly, like, if you want to talk about living the dream.
Yeah, that's it.
I got a freezer full of cow and a pizza on the way. This has gotten, it's a weird morning. Like, this is
What do you mean?
This is not.
These are things, everybody's thinking about this stuff.
Well, because we're headed into COVID winter.
Who
so
knows
it's like,
what you need?
Might as well have a bunch of cow in there. We can eat it.
You just want to make sure you at least know where it's coming from.
Wow.
Proper planning prevents poor performance. Clearly, the Riot didn't properly plan. This is the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
I went to GameStop yesterday because I wanted to trade. I bought Godfall for the PS5, and there's nothing. It's fine. It's fine.
Didn't you want to sell it on Facebook?
Or? I did. Didn't sell. And people are like, I'll give it $5 for it. I'm like, why am I even doing this? So I finally just said, screw it. I'll take it to GameStop. I wanted to get another game anyway.
Trade it in.
So what is it? Immortals Phoenix Rising hits this weekend. And I thought, well, I'll just trade this while it's worth something and get something out of it. I go in there. And the lady's like, okay, trading, you can get 10% more if you do this. You can do that. If you join the club, you'll get coins, rewards, and all this stuff. And I finally said to her, I was like, you know what? I feel like right now I'm playing a free-to-play game because you're introducing a lot of currency that I don't understand. And I feel like you're trying to trick me into signing up for something. Blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't.
She didn't take it in a mean way?
No, she actually thought that was hilarious. Or she was like, I hate this guy, but I have to play along.
I hate this well, she probably hates the whole setup, too. No one would want to have to go through all that to get you to join.
And I'll have to say, as I walked away from it, I actually thought to myself, I think this is what people feel like when we start talking about God. You're like, all right, you're changing the currency. You're trying to get me to sign up for some club, when in reality, you just want to activate my business circle under you because this is a pyramid scheme and probably a cult, and you're confusing me.
And they want to get you confused.
And Nikki and I are just working at the GameStop like, here we go. We got to get some people signed up today. Let's do this. Let's do it.
Thankfully, it's not. That's exhausting.
It is exhausting, and that's not where we're at. When Nikki and I are talking to you about Jesus, we're doing it because God has made a big impact in our life. You don't have to pre-order. You don't have to join a club. We're not going to give you Game Bucks, V-Bucks, Microsoft points, or it's not that. It is weirdly enough about who God is and what he thinks of you. Jesus loves you. He cares about you, and he cares about your life. He doesn't need you. No, I mean, he's God. He's not in heaven like, man, if we could just get 3 more people right now to sign up, we could get that bonus deal. And that's not what it is. I know it. I have heard people talk and thought, it sounds like that. That's not where we're at. Right where you are. Nikki and I never have to know. This is something that could be just between you and God. You could invite Jesus and his Holy Spirit into your life and allow God to show you a different way to live and get to know him for who he is. Because I'm telling you, God, man, when he gets involved, life is better. I'm not saying life's perfect. It's not. You'll still be living life on planet Earth where people are trying to get you to sign up for various things. But like, God is with you, and it's awesome. If you want to know who Jesus is for yourself right now, you can just say, God, I want that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I want to know more about you. I want you to show me how to live. Man, that's just the start. We're just getting in the door here, but you get to know who Jesus is because God is truly awesome. And now you get $10 a month off on, no.
But only if you stay activated.
Yeah.
You've got to do that so many times a month.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be at least once a month, or you, I think after 6 months, you just fall.
And don't confuse. Again, that's not how that is.
It's not the way it works.
The Riot. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not good. Wait, isn't that exactly what it means? It's The Riot on Radio U.
I do have some bad news, Nikki, and that is that yesterday I did sign up for GameStop's rewards program.
Out of all that, and you actually did?
Well, okay, here's what it came down to. After I was thoroughly confused about the space bucks and the gamer coin currency and whatever.
What?
I signed up because I figure with a PlayStation now, I'm probably going to be buying games.
More games, sure.
Yeah, and Nikki, I get $10 a month in Game Coin, which I can use it. I can use it towards, I can even use it to buy just a game gift card. So like I could buy a Steam card, $10 Steam card or something if I wanted to, and I'd be able to use it.
I'm just disappointed to hear.
Well, it was.
I thought we were past this.
Here's what it came out to is because I was buying a game, the deal was just so good. I couldn't pass it up.
Sounds like you were brainwashed and you're part of the system now.
It was going to be $36 and I ended up paying $41. So, it was just $5 more. Plus, I got $5 back. It's on my receipt right now. So if I use that,
is it $5 every month to be on it?
No, it's 10. No. Oh, no. That's for a whole year.
Oh, for the whole year?
Oh, I mean, $5 for a whole year.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, but they're getting you back in. Why are you going back into GameStop?
Well, I mean, I thought we were
all mad at them. We didn't like them.
No, I can use it online.
Then you have to never see what's going on there.
Yeah. Actually, I have had a lot of shady GameStop experiences, but the one I had yesterday
was nice.
They were super nice. Aww. And that particular store must be doing well because they were busy.
That's good, at least.
So, I mean, I don't know what it's like the rest of the year, but when they heard I was coming, people packed in.
GameStop has had some questionable business tactics.
Hey, I've been in some questionable GameStops.
Yeah, it can be rough.
There's no doubt about it.
Listen, you fuel your PlayStation. That's fine. You need some stuff.
So, yes, I need things. It's a need.
You're like, she said, yes, I can join.
I bought half a cow and a PlayStation. I'm good for the winter.
We're all set to snuggle down during the whole winter months.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I just wanted to be clear. I completely got suckered in.
That's all right, then. But you got rid of your old game you wanted to trade in then?
Old game's gone. New game's coming Friday. Got my $5 coupon.
Wow, you're rich.
And then my $10 in game coin is coming. Man, I'm telling you what. Like, it's
you're
just,
blessed, right?
Woo! Hashtag. Come on. It's huge.
Things are finally getting better for you.
Oh, yeah. Everything's turning around. Really excited about it. So.
You're listening to the worst of the Riot. Radio U.
What do you get for someone that has everything? And by someone, I mean something. And by something, I mean your cat.
So this has been around for a bit on TikTok, which is where we get all of our stuff from. And this wouldn't be, I think, the case unless we were bored at home, and we're bored at home with our pets.
We're bored, Nikki.
We're bored. And so you're like, well, why shouldn't my cat have a tent?
And you can get one at tinytents.com.
They're really cute. I love seeing them before. I don't guarantee. I don't think most cats would end up liking it, especially if you're spending money on it. If you spend money and you care about something for your pet, they're actually not going to enjoy it. But they're super cute to have out.
It's sold out.
It is?
Yeah.
But you can find.
Dang it. Nikki, I wanted you to get one.
You did. My cat would not have anything to do with it.
You think?
No.
Too small? Does your cat
it's the
have
rustling
a problem?
I think it's the rustling noise he wouldn't like.
Okay.
He likes it low key. He'll lay in bed. That's about it.
I know, but this would be a chance for him to have his own space. The dogs can't get in there.
Well, he doesn't mind sleeping in bed with the dogs.
He doesn't?
Or me, because I'm in the bed too. All my pets sleep in the bed.
It's more along the lines, I imagine, that your cat is like, I let her sleep in bed with me.
The cat sleeps at the top, like near your head, so not near the dogs, or sleep at the foot of the bed.
It's no wonder you have to have a big bed.
Well, one of my dogs is too big. I have a sofa in front of my bed, and so she'll sleep on that because she's over 100 pounds. Like, she can't fit.
Oh, you just get a bigger bed.
I can't. I'm at a king size.
Wait, don't you have a California king?
I think that's just longer, isn't it? But still not.
Yeah, more room for the dog?
Well, it's not enough. My feet have to go somewhere.
California's too, it's not long enough. You need like a North America king.
If you look up like animal behavior and where an animal sleeps and stuff and like what it means, my dogs have this thing where they like to sleep right next to my legs, like basically leaning up. So
what does it mean?
They're very comfortable. They're very calm, and that's their spot. Still protecting, but not bothering you up higher.
Yeah.
But my cat is not going to have a tent.
Okay. Well, then I guess if you're listening, cat, you didn't get. Which
Panda?
cat is it? Panda?
I only have one cat left. Panda.
Okay, Panda, you're not getting the tent you asked me for Christmas. I tried to sell it to her. I tried to make it cool, but she doesn't have faith in you, so you don't get it.
And honestly, my cat is older and a little bit sicker too, and so all he would do is throw up in it. That's all he would do.
Well, at least he's throwing up in there. Then you just rinse it out.
No, he'd still throw up in there and somewhere else where I would be walking. It's just how it is. But they are super cute, and they're basically, I think it's like 12 inches or so. They're not the biggest tents. So if you have a bigger cat. Oh, no, it's 18 by 18 by 12. And
that's a nice tent.
It's 2.25 square feet of floor space. It has plastic tent poles. It's actually just a tent, like travel size.
But small.
Yeah, if you go to sometimes camping places or stores and they'll have the display model, like it's a small version of it. It reminds me of that.
Okay, yeah, but it's for your cat if you want it to be.
Only $20, which is why they probably sold out. That's a good price.
Yeah, it'd be perfect for your G.I. Joes or your Beyblades or whatever.
Or a tiny dog. A tiny dog would enjoy it. But yeah, those are sold out.
All right, well. It's too bad. You know what, though? There's always next Christmas.
Yeah, if they come back. I'm sure they'll be back in stock, or maybe never.
They'll come back in stock just in time for them to never sell more again.
Yeah, because that was the moment that they had, and everybody got one who wanted one.
What's worse than the worst of the riot? The worst of the riot podcast. Yeah. You did this to yourself. Podcast. Riot. Radio U.
I also have a rare look at Reddit. Rare.
What does this mean? A rare look.
You know what? I won't even make you look.
Because we're on Reddit all the time. I mean,
so apparently the Reddit has revealed its daily active users for the first time ever.
Oh, really? So like numbers about it?
Yeah, they have never said how many people they have, but as of October 2020, they said they have 52 million daily active users.
They say that's about a third of Twitter's size if you want to compare it to other social media.
Yes, indeed. So they also say that is roughly a 44% jump from last year at this time. So they're seeing growth in the Reddit sphere.
Well, you're like, I get all my good news and my good videos from Reddit, so we understand that.
Well, I would say, like, for me, I think I started on Reddit. It would have been about this time last year, probably more like September, October. I was looking for, and we could thank Eric for that. Eric got me started on it because I was just looking for some things. And pretty soon I was like, hey, I like this. I'll subscribe to that and subscribe to that. Pretty soon you're downloading the app. And then the next thing you know, you're one of 40, how many was it? 52 million active users.
See, they're comparing this, though, as like it is a social network. So they're saying it is small compared to other ones. So like Twitter has more. Facebook obviously has way more. But to me, when I go to Reddit, I don't feel like it's social media. It doesn't have, now I know it does on a lot of forums, but the ones that I follow, it doesn't have the same negativity that go with it. Like, we're all just there to kill some time. It feels a little different than if I would go to Facebook.
It just depends on what you're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you go to some political or some other hot topics, I'm sure it's all there. But I can stay in a safer zone where I can just enjoy things, but I don't feel like I'm always just pushed mean stuff.
I'm amazed by, like, one of the things I see on Reddit is a lot of times I think to myself, like, oh, people aren't really like that. Like, people don't do that. And I'm finding more and more people are like that, and people do that. So,
well, for Reddit, they're saying that it is still growing quickly, even though it's been around for a while. But the COVID stuff has helped it grow since people have been home with it. The challenge, though, for Reddit is that some users this year feel like, as they're banning more subreddits, that it's taken away the freedom of speech that's been on Reddit for so long. So I guess that is where some of the angry people are.
There are some very angry people, but you know what? It's like everything else. You can find them. And there are places in the Reddit community where you can find subreddits where it's totally not a thing.
Yeah, it's fine.
Or you can have a good time looking at people as they become angry.
As they explode and watch the meltdown.
Whether it's public freakouts or, for me, it's the different video game forums where people are making memes about how much they hate the other people that, like, if you you got an Xbox and not a PlayStation.
Yeah,
like,
that's your favorite.
They're the worst people. Like, man, you guys have a lot of time on your hands, and here I am watching you.
But you're not making them, so you're just looking at them.
It feels like maybe that I'm right there with them.
Just about the same amount of time.
What I'm saying is that there's ground, but it's not high ground.
What you're about to hear will live on the internet forever. Sorry, Internet, the worst of the Riot podcast.
If you're not paying attention, you may not have noticed that there's a big market out there for streaming video game services. So think Netflix, but games. You know, you've got Google that has something similar, Stadia. They just gave us a bunch of free Stadia stuff for being... you don't have yours yet?
No, I do. And Eric's been using it. There's not a lot there. So
yeah.
I don't know if anybody else agrees, but I think that's why it was so freely given.
Well, Amazon has an answer to that called Luna.
When does it come out? I feel like it's been all talk, but is it out?
I got my invite last night. They've been rolling out invites. So you have to sign up for it on Amazon.com, and then eventually you get an email. I don't know how long it's taking, et cetera, et cetera. No idea. I just know I signed up for it, I don't know, a few weeks ago. I don't remember how long ago it was. I got the invite last night. Once you get the invite, you get 7 days for free, and then it's $5.99 a month. What makes their service look so good is that, unlike Google, you pay them, you get nothing. And you have to buy games from them. With Luna, they've got some games baked in.
Oh, that are just free?
That you can play as part of your subscription.
Google's giving you the sniper game for free, but that's it. That's all you're getting for free.
Well, with Google, you pay, I think you get 2 free games a month.
Okay.
And you get to keep them. Whereas with Amazon, you're paying the $6 a month, and you've got access to all these games, and they're going to rotate games kind of in and out.
Ooh, Luminous is on there.
It is.
Ooh.
And that's the thing is, like, their selection
seems better.
It's not bad. Like, Control is on there. Grid. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is that Castlevania knockoff. Resident Evil 7 is there. Metro Exodus is there. And then the only thing about it that's a little deceptive is that Luna is going to be $6 a month. At least that's their introductory price.
Oh, I see the other thing, though.
But then what they also would love for you to do is to sign up for Ubisoft Connect, or Plus, maybe they're calling it. Maybe it's Ubisoft Plus. So here's the idea. With this, you pay $15 a month, and then you get access to all of Ubisoft's games, like all of them. So
you can download them too.
All their new stuff and everything. And yes, if you have a PC, you'll be able to download those to your PC. Meaning if you've got a gaming PC.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just stream it from Amazon. So last night, I spent some time playing on my MacBook Air. and I played wirelessly with a PlayStation 4 controller, and they sell their own controller, but I found the experience to be pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah. I mean, I only played for 10 minutes, so it's not like I could tell you, like, after so long, how does it work?
It's a small
like,
sample time.
I couldn't necessarily recommend it.
Sure.
But I felt like just at first glance of all of these streaming game services, this has seemed to be the best one. And I felt like the performance was better than the Microsoft xCloud.
I know you don't do Twitch a whole lot, but you should look at, because Twitch is owned by Amazon. So they say that the infrastructure between Luna and Twitch
is really good.
So you can instantly be able to stream what you're playing a lot easier.
Well, maybe I'll give it a gander.
There you go. And they're also going to be pushing Twitch streams of the games that are featured on Luna to you in a better way.
Right. Well, it's out there if you want to check it out. And like I said, it takes a while to get an invite, but it's free for a week if you just want to see what it's like. And that's where I'm at. I don't see myself paying for it.
We're getting close, though, to the Stadia 1 month free that we had been giving.
You got to cancel that, too.
I think I'm going to cancel that. It just doesn't seem like there's enough to offer, but there's a lot of streaming gaming services that are coming out, and just got to find. None of them are great right now, it feels like. They're all just trying to find their footing.
Yeah, well, you got to start somewhere, and Luna wants you to start with them. That's Amazon, I mean.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
Did you hear that thunder?